The Galactic Council's emergency session had been called for the third time this cycle. Ambassador Zethkree's tentacles writhed nervously as he approached the central podium, his bioluminescent patches flickering in distress patterns that every species present could recognize as panic. "Honored delegates," his translator began, though his voice carried the unmistakable tremor of fear, "we have a situation." The massive holographic display materialized above the assembly, showing grainy footage from a merchant vessel's security feed. What they saw defied everything they thought they knew about the galaxy's apex predators. A Drakthul, the most feared hunter in known space, was lying on its back. Its obsidian carapace, capable of withstanding plasma cannons, was exposed in the universal gesture of submission. Its 6 razor-sharp limbs, each one capable of slicing through starship hull plating, were tucked harmlessly against its thorax. The creature that had terrorized entire star systems was making soft rumbling sounds that the translator identified as purring. Standing beside the galaxy's most notorious killer was a small human child, no more than 6 cycles old by Terran reckoning. In her tiny hands she held a simple length of synthetic rope, what humans called a leash. The other end was attached to a collar around the Drakthul's massive neck.
"Roll over, Mr. Snuggles,"
the child commanded in that peculiar sing-song voice human offspring used. The Drakthul, a creature that had single-handedly destroyed 3 military outposts, immediately complied, rolling onto its side with movements so careful and gentle that it seemed afraid of disturbing the dirt beneath it. The council chamber erupted in chaos. "Impossible," shrieked the Veltaran representative. "Drakthul cannot be tamed. Their neural structure prohibits domestication. The human must be using some form of mind control," suggested the crystalline delegate, though his harmonic resonance betrayed his uncertainty. Ambassador Zethkree raised a tentacle for silence. "We sent a xenobiological team to investigate. Their findings challenge everything we understand about both species." The next hologram showed Dr. Sarah Chen, the human xenobiologist who had led the investigation, standing in a research facility with the same child, identified as Emma Rodriguez of the colony ship New Horizon. Beside them, the Drakthul sat patiently as Emma braided colorful ribbons into the sparse fur around its neck joints. The Drakthul designation Mr. Snuggles shows no signs of mental manipulation, Dr. Chen's voice played from the recording. "Brain scans indicate it's operating under its own free will. What we're seeing appears to be genuine affection." The word hung in the air like a toxin. Drakthul were supposed to be incapable of affection. They were living weapons, engineered by some long-dead civilization to be perfect killers. They felt no emotion except bloodlust, formed no bonds except with violence, showed no mercy to any living thing. Yet here was Mr. Snuggles, carefully lowering his massive head so Emma could scratch behind his auditory receptors, a gesture that should have triggered his predatory instincts, but instead made him emit that impossible purring sound. "How?" The question came from Admiral Orcs, whose battle scars from Drakthul encounters were legendary even among the warrior caste of his species. Dr. Chen's image smiled, that peculiar human expression that so many species found unsettling. Emma's parents were killed when their shuttle was attacked by Drakthul raiders. She was found 3 days later in the wreckage, protected by this very same creature. When our rescue team arrived, it was playing with her, gentle games of hide-and-seek among the debris. The recording shifted to show Emma's first day aboard the research station. Mr. Snuggles had refused to be separated from her, becoming agitated whenever she was out of sight. But the moment Emma returned, speaking to him in that soft, caring voice humans used with their young, the apex predator transformed into something resembling the domesticated animals humans called pets. "The child shows no fear," Dr. Chen continued. "To her, Mr. Snuggles isn't a monster. He's a friend who needs taking care of. She insists on walking him daily, making sure he eats his vegetables, and even gives him baths." The footage showed Emma doing exactly that, scrubbing the Drakthul's carapace with a brush while he sat motionless in a large tub, occasionally nuzzling her arm when soap got in his optical sensors. "But how is this possible?" Admiral Corks demanded. "Drakthul psychology should make this impossible." "That's what we thought," Dr. Chen replied. "But we forgot something crucial about both species. Drakthul, despite their fearsome reputation, are pack hunters. Deep in their genetic memory is the instinct to protect their young and their pack. They've simply been without a pack for so long that this behavior became dormant. She gestured toward Emma, who was now teaching Mr. Snuggles to sit and stay with remarkable success. Humans, meanwhile, have an almost supernatural ability to form emotional bonds with other species. We've domesticated creatures on our own world that were once our predators. We see potential companions in the most unlikely places. The recording showed Emma reading a story to Mr. Snuggles, the massive predator lying perfectly still as she turned pages, occasionally pointing to pictures and explaining what they showed. His optical sensors tracked every movement, his attention completely focused on her voice. Emma sees past what Mr. Snuggles was designed to be, Dr. Chen concluded. She sees what he could become. And in return, he's found something he never knew he was searching for. A pack, a purpose beyond destruction, and someone who loves him exactly as he is. The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. If humans could turn the galaxy's apex predator into a companion animal, what did that say about humanity's place in the cosmic order? Ambassador Zethkree's bioluminescence had shifted from panic patterns to something approaching awe. The child's parents, they were diplomatic envoys, weren't they? Coming to establish trade relations. Yes, Dr. Chen confirmed, and Emma has made it clear that Mr. Snuggles goes wherever she goes. She's quite insistent about that. On screen, Emma was now teaching her impossible pet to play fetch with a ball nearly as large as she was. Mr. Snuggles retrieved it with delicate precision, careful not to puncture it with his claws. His tail, the appendage that had once lashed like a weapon, wagging in a motion eerily similar to the dogs humans had brought from their homeworld. The message was clear. Humanity didn't conquer through superior firepower or advanced technology. They conquered through something far more powerful and incomprehensible. The simple, terrifying ability to love the unlovable, to find family in the most unlikely places, and to transform killers into companions with nothing more than kindness, patience, and a leash. As the session adjourned, every delegate carried the same unsettling thought. If humans could do this to a Dracthal, what could they do to the rest of the galaxy? The answer, they suspected, was whatever they wanted.